Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caroline and today I'm going to talk about two pieces of advice that I'm sure the chronically ill community are sick of hearing, but that actually does work. Before we get started, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video, turn on notifications, and you can also go follow me on my Instagram. That's also called The Art of Being Ill. As chronically ill, you have probably gotten a lot of advice from people. If you just do this and that, you will be magically cured. And this is tragically not only from like friends, family, and colleagues, sometimes even doctors suggest something you're sick of hearing. And even though people are probably well-meaning, they don't seem to understand that just because something can help you doesn't mean it's a cure. It's not like do this and you will be magically cured. That's not how it works. But there are actually advices out there that I can see on social media that you guys are sick of hearing, but that scientifically speaking are actually amazing tools to manage your chronic illness. And I say tool because that's the thing. It's a tool. It's not a cure. It's not some magical thing that can just make everything better. It's tools. And I want to be a part of promoting these types of advices as tools we can use in order to manage our chronic illnesses and improve our life qualities. You're probably wondering what two pieces of advice I am bringing today that you are sick of hearing. Maybe you already guessed it, but it's yoga and meditation. And this is something I know a lot of people are being told by friends, family, colleagues, even doctors to go do. And the way they say it is always like, just go do that and everything will be fine, which is clearly not the case. So I just want to be very clear. I'm not saying it's a cure. I'm saying, scientifically speaking, it's great tools to handle chronic illness. And I'm also perfectly aware that there are some of you out there who may not for some reason be able to do yoga or meditate, where it's just not possible for you. And that's completely fair. But it's still scientific, proven tools you can use and that I personally will recommend. So in this video, I want to tell you why yoga and meditation is proven to be great tools for people with chronic illness. And I'm thinking we'll just start with yoga. I love yoga personally. For me, yoga has been absolutely life-changing. It has helped me so much physically and mentally. And the kind of yoga it does, because there are many types of yoga, and the yoga I'm talking about in this video is not modern Western fitness yoga. It's a more traditional yin yoga that is way more calm, and that's more like a moving meditation where you focus on your breath and moving with your breath and moving slowly. As chronically ill, we tend to spend a lot of time on the couch or in the bed, not doing a lot because we are exhausted, right? And we need a lot of rest. Sometimes I have days where I hardly get up from the couch. And personally, I feel like this is something that makes me a little stiff and tight in my body. It's also something that makes my posture worse, because I will be laying on the couch, I'll be looking at my phone and looking at the TV, and I tend to bend forward like that. And what yoga does is it actually improves your flexibility, it improves your strength, and it also enhances posture. And this is because there is a lot of poses in yoga that stretches your muscles and lengthen your muscles, and it will give you a greater range of motion, and it will make you more flexible, and it will actually also strengthen your body, even if you're not doing hardcore fitness yoga, because you do a lot of poses where you activate your muscles. So you might not look like a bodybuilder, but it does activate and strengthen your muscles. It also helps with your posture. If you have ever done yoga, you know that it's about straightening up. We have to have a straight line. It's a big part of yoga to have the right posture. So the whole practice is also about having the right posture, also in order to do some of the poses. So it's something that can really, if you, like me, feel like your posture is getting bad, if you feel weak in your body, if you feel tight in your body, yoga is actually an amazing tool to help you counteract some of that. If you struggle with stress and or anxiety, and also if you have ADD like me or ADHD, yoga is incredible. And this is because when we do the kind of calm yoga that I do, we focus on our breath, moving with our breath, moving slowly. And this calms the brain down. It lowers the levels of cortisol, which is a stress hormone in your body. And this will reduce symptoms of stress and anxiety. Also, because you are focusing on your breath and moving with your breath, you will also be training your brain to be focused and not be distracted. So if you, like me, have ADD or ADHD, we tend to get distracted. We tend to have a hard time focusing. But by doing a calm yoga, you can actually train your brain to be more focused, to be less distracted. And it can actually also help you train your memory. If you have stiff joints or even arthritis, doing yoga can actually help improve your mobility and create less pain in your joints. And this is because some of the moves you do in yoga actually lubricate your joints. And this will make your joints more mobile and flexible and be less inflammation and all that in them. So it can actually help even if you have arthritis, is something yoga can help. Some people with chronic illness has issues with balance. And this is, for example, people with POTS. And yoga can actually help you train your balance. And I want to say, some people with POTS, it's like they can hardly stand up without getting out of balance and falling down. So I'm completely aware that depending a little bit on how severe it is and where you are in your POTS journey and so on, like if you're having a flare or something, I understand you might not be able to do yoga. But yoga can train your balance skills. So it can actually be a really good tool to use if you do have something like POTS or in general have a hard time keeping your balance. Yoga can help with that. Yoga can also help you go to sleep faster and get a better quality of sleep. And again, we are talking about the calm yin yoga, where you are focusing on calming your body down by stretching, moving slowly, and breathing, moving with your breath, deep breath. This will calm your nervous system down and thereby be able to help you fall asleep and sleep better. And let's face it, a lot of us with chronic illness, we struggle with sleep, right? Yoga also enhances lung function. So you can actually train your lung function by doing yoga. And this is of course because you're doing different breathing techniques when you do yin yoga, calm yoga. And this will train your lung function and will give you an overall improvement in your respiratory health. It is actually also shown to be great if you have asthma. It can actually help you manage your asthma. The last thing I want to mention when it comes to yoga is the body-mind connection. As chronically ill, we tend to disconnect from our bodies because it's uncomfortable to be in your body. And this is not a good thing to disconnect, because if you disconnect too much from your body, it can be hard to understand its signals and hear its signals, feel its signals, whatever you want to call it. And yoga, and I don't know why, but this is something I can read everywhere. They say body-mind connection. It has probably something to do with the fact that you are breathing and you are combining the breath with the movement. So in a way, you're kind of forcing your brain to connect with your body and the other way around. And this has done wonders for me. I can really recommend that. If you feel disconnected from your body, yoga is the way to go. That's the way to go, because you need to be connected with your body in order to understand it, and in order to not work against it, but work with it. Let's move on to meditation. Meditation is something I have a really hard time doing. And that is probably because of my ADD. I can't just sit down and start meditating. And that's why I have incorporated it into my yoga practice, where I kind of do a moving meditation with yoga. But meditation in itself is also incredible if you have chronic illness. Just like yoga, it reduces stress. Again, because when you meditate, you're doing breathing exercising, you're calming the nervous system down, and thereby reducing the cortisol in your body, which is a stress hormone, and therefore you will feel less stressed. And just like yoga, meditation can actually be used to train your brain into being more focused and being less distracted, which is something all my ADD and ADHD people need. So it can help with concentration, mental clarity, focus, not being distracted, and actually also problem solving. I don't know about you, but personally, probably because of my ADD, if something happens that I wasn't prepared for, some kind of issue occurs, I sometimes panic. I'm not good with that. My brain just stresses out and completely panics. So being able to take something like meditation, just sit down and take a deep breath and just let your body calm down, can actually help you in that situation to calm the brain so you can solve your problem instead of just freaking out. This takes some practice. It takes some practice. I'm not quite there yet, but it takes some practice. But it can actually be an amazing tool. If you can master it, this can really help you not freak out with any just little tiny inconvenience. The same way it can be used for anxiety. So if you have generalized anxiety disorder or panic disorder, you might get these panic attacks or anxiety attacks. Again, if you can master meditation and be able to just sit down, take some deep breath and go inwards and calm your body down, you can actually not only decrease the symptoms in general of anxiety, but if you do get a panic attack, you might be able to stop it by using your tools from meditation. Just like yoga, it's also good for your sleep, of course. And I think a lot of people might think doing yoga before sleep is a little too much maybe. Meditation can be a great tool instead of yoga in that situation, to just sit down and go inward and just calm the whole body down through meditation. Take some deep breath, will calm your nervous system down. It will help you fall asleep faster, and it will help you improve your quality of sleep. If you struggle with chronic pain, such as fibromyalgia, I think that's how it's pronounced, meditation is a really, really great and interesting tool. And I know for a fact, at least in Denmark, if you go to a pain clinic, meditation is actually a part of the program in how to learn to live with pain. And it's really interesting because meditation has shown to change the way the brain processes pain. And this is by increasing awareness and acceptance of physical sensations, pain. So if you practice meditation regularly, if you have chronic pain or just discomfort in general, you can actually reduce the pain and the discomfort because you're training your brain into processing pain in a different way. It's really, really fascinating. And this is, of course, not something you can do overnight. Again, it's no cure. But a great tool in pain management. And I know they use it in pain clinics in Denmark for pain management. The last thing I want to share with you is that meditation is shown to boost your immune system. And this is because the stress reducing effects of meditation decreases inflammation and improves your general immune response. So you actually might become more resilient to viruses and bacteria. And personally, I have Crohn's, and I'm on immunosuppressive medicine. So I need to do everything I can, basically, in order to help my immune system. Because we all know when you're chronically ill and you get a common cold, it's freaking annoying. I'm thinking that if you do yin yoga, moving meditation the way I do, I'm thinking that will boost your immune system as well. So that was a little bit about why yoga and meditation is no cure for any chronic illness, but why it's actually an amazing tool to help manage chronic illness. It gets a lot of hate online. There's a lot of memes and a lot of people writing about and making videos about how annoying it is that somebody tells you to go do yoga like it's some kind of a cure. And I completely understand that, but I really do want to change the way we see things like yoga and meditation, because it is actually proven to have an effect. And maybe it's not for you. Maybe you for some reason can't do yoga. You're not physically capable of it, maybe. Maybe it's just not realistic for you to do yoga or meditate, or, there can be a lot of really good reasons why you're not doing it, and that's perfectly fine. But it makes me sad that it's so hated because people give it as cure advice instead of tool advice. Because they are proven tools. This is something that could actually potentially benefit you. And I want to promote that. I want to promote that it can actually help, that it's proven to help. So I do recommend yoga. I do recommend meditation. And if you're like me, with a brain that can't focus, I will recommend yin yoga, where you do some kind of moving meditation. For me personally, it's changed my life. Again, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, turn on notifications, and go follow me on my Instagram. That's also called The Art of Being Ill. And I will see you next time right here on my channel, The Art of Being Ill.